Okay, number 59, mediumship. Your life experience affects your readings. That is the subject of today's video. Please comment on this video, like it, click the subscribe button. All of those things help other people see these videos on YouTube. It shows them more because of their algorithms. So, your current life experience and your total life experience have an effect on your mediumship and your readings. It's interesting. I already announced that, right? I already announced at the end of the video what next week's video is going to be. So that was the subject of this video. I announced it last week. And in between then and now, I had a reading where I got this person come in. It was a man, and he came in differently than most. He was it's hard to describe. It's hard even now for me to find words, but he was more tangible is the only way I can think of it. He was more tangible than they usually are, than they usually come in for me. Anyway, vivid communicator. It was really good reading. And it turned out that I found out after the fact that he had been Ukrainian while he was here. And I've been doing this energy work with Ukraine, trying to help in some spiritual way if I can. And if nothing else, the subject of Ukraine has certainly been on my mind. And here I connect with this person who had been Ukrainian while they were here. I think I said it in the last video or the one before that I've been watching a lot of Spanish language television and movies. And I keep connecting with people in spirit who were Spanish speaking while they were here. And that sometimes comes out in the reading or sometimes comes in after the fact. But it's a thing. I've noticed when I'm involved, I do a lot of community theater, and I've noticed when I'm in a show, rehearsing or performing a show, it works the other way around too. When people read me, when mediums practice on me, and I'm doing some kind of theater production, they will connect. Mediums will connect with my people in spirit who were actors, for example, or producers. When I'm rehearsing or doing a musical performance, mediums will read me and they'll connect with someone I had who was a choral director or who was a musician of some kind. So it's interesting that both ways, how you are read and the way you do your readings, they're both affected by your life experience. So what's going on currently in your life, but also your total life experience matters as well, I've noticed. So an interesting pattern I've seen is that my Latino relatives come through Latino mediums more often or more clearly than non-Latinos. And I just think I chalk that up to similarity of life experience and similar frames of reference. Decades ago, I used to transcribe court reporters' notes into English. They come out on a ticker tape in what's called machine shorthand. It's an unusual skill to have, to be able to read that code and translate it. And 4 different times I've connected with people in spirit who were involved in court reporting in some way. Because that's an easy reference for me to get, that if you don't even know it comes out in a coded ticker tape, how would you get that? So your total life experience certainly also affects your readings. And I think that's partially why some mediums connect better with certain loved ones of yours than others, and it's because of the medium's personal experience that you know nothing about. It happens. So, since your total and current life experience affect your readings, I encourage you to think of yourself as being a medium all the time. And I don't mean go out and be a medium 100% of the time. I'm strong against attack reads, which is when you're out in public, say you're waiting in line for a cashier, you feel a connection and you just tell somebody, hey, I'm a medium and I feel, a man on your father's side of the family, feels like a parent, probably a dad. I think that's a terrible idea to do what are called attack reads. But I do think it's a good idea to be cognizant of the fact that you're a medium now. Whether you plan to do this in the future, or you are doing this now, or you're wanting to do this in the future, think of yourself as a medium. So I'm also a musician, and like most musicians, I'm overly aware of my hands and the integrity and safety of my fingers, because even an injury to one finger screws up my ability to play. So I've been trying for more than a year now to apply that to mediumship and keep in mind that I'm a medium as well as a musician. And so I've noticed, for example, that the happier I am, the better mood I'm in, the better my readings go. That's a thing. So especially if I know I have a client scheduled later in the day, I am very deliberate about being positive and happy and watching funny videos on YouTube. If something negative happens to touch my life, I'll deal with it and then intentionally direct my thoughts or my experiences to something happy and positive, because it makes my readings go better. So, and I've been trying to do that. Like, for example, I used to be more, I was a very impatient young man. I was an impatient young adult. And I think if I had discovered mediumship earlier, I would have been impatient with with people in spirit. And I've noticed, like, when I'm in traffic, if someone cuts me off or I'm just stuck in traffic, I can choose to get sort of irritated by that, or I can redirect my thoughts, put on something nice to listen to, keep myself positive and happy, because I know that affects my readings and it affects my mediumship. And so I'm trying to notice what else. I'm trying to be mindful of what else in my day-to-day life might affect how my mediumship goes. For example, I really think that if you're terrible with names, or you don't pay attention to people's names, maybe you don't get names so much when you connect with people in spirit. If you're more comfortable in your day-to-day life with women, more with women than with men, or if you happen to interact more with women than with men, maybe you connect more with women in spirit than with men in spirit, for example. I really believe your day-to-day life affects mediumship. It does. So I'm trying to be more aware of my daily activities. I'm trying to be mindful of my daily activities. And I guess the point of this video is encouraging you to also be mindful of how you're interacting with other people in your day-to-day life. And because how you interact with people physically here, I think echoes how you interact with people in spirit. I'm very introverted. A lot of actors are very introverted, people who do theater, because and the reason for that, you'd think, well, you're on stage and sometimes you're not fully dressed on stage and whatever, how can you be shy and introverted? Introverted is not shy. The great thing about a script, for example, is you know what everyone's going to say ahead of time. And I have an outline of these videos. I know what I'm going to say. So it has nothing to do with shy or extrovert being outgoing. But so the point is this, because I'm very introverted, I'm much better with people one-on-one in physical life than with a group of people. A group of people is exhausting to me, and one-on-one I really prefer. And mediumship is typically a one-on-one thing, right? Even if you get more than one communicator, you tend to deal with them one at a time. And so I've wondered, is that partially why I had kind of a natural knack for this right out of the gate, right as soon as I started doing this, was because it's this one-on-one interaction. One-on-one intimate interaction for me is less exhausting than interacting with a group of people. Anyway, your day-to-day life and how you live your life definitely echoes itself in your mediumship, both in how you read for people and how you are read by other mediums. I just wanted to point that out. I thought it was an interesting topic to talk about. Next week, I'm going to talk about, this has come up in some forums I've been reading, mediumship and your health. That's interesting. So I'm going to talk about that. I don't want to give too much away about that. Again, please like this video, comment on it, or click the subscribe button. That helps other people see them. And now I'm just going to click over to the live thing and babble until I hit the stop button, because I'm not sure exactly when this cuts off. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Have a wonderful life. See you later.